Okay, student. Another important topic of the lesson, evaluation of democracy. Actually, the democracy where it is originated and which year it is originated. The democracy என்றது எந்த நாட்டில் எந்த நூற்றாண்டில் how many years before it was started. So that's we are going to discuss. இதுதான் நம்ம இந்த லெசனில் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம். Democracy began 2500 years ago in some city state of ancient Greece. Actually, the democracy began in 2500 years ago in ancient Greece cities. Ancient Greek சிட்டியில் 2500 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னாடி தான் டெமோக்ரஸியானது ஆரம்பிச்சது. It is important to know that democratic institution exist in India as earlier as the Vedic period. In India also during that time followed a democracy, that means during the Vedic period. இந்தியாவில் வேத காலத்தில் இது பயன்படுத்தப்பட்டது. That means democracy followed in during the Vedic period. Okay, Chanakya Arthashastra tell us that ancient India autonomous village community was basic unit of local government. Chanakya wrote Arthashastra. In this book he said about the basic unit of local government. Village is the basic unit. கிராமத்துடைய lowest and basic unit எதுனா village community தான் சொல்லிட்டு Chanakya, who was Chanakya, he wrote Arthashastra, said about the local government. During the later Chola period, then after the later Chola period, ancient Tamil Nadu, Kudavalai system was practiced. Which period? Kudavalai system was very notable and unique features of village administration of Chola's period. Actually, the Kudavalai system, it is followed in which period? Mean Chola's period. It is one of the very important administrative system. What do you mean by Kudavalai system? Mean how many contestants want to participate in the election, those names written on the form leaf and put in the big pot. Call any child, take one from one by one. Which name first came? First means those are president, the next one vice president, the next one ward, then other categories of the level. So this is the Kudavalai system. Actually, this system, Kudavalai system, where is followed first mean during the Chola period. During the Chola period, it is one of the very notable and unique features of village administration. Actually, Cholas they are followed in village administration only. They are followed a Kudavalai system. Kudavalai means கிராம நிர்வாகத்தை அவங்க பயன்படுத்தினார். The evolution towards democracy is represented by following values. After that, democracy developed in a very part of the country. Then the democracy given more important values. Given more important value. What are the values mean? They given important to freedom. Democracy given for all the people are freedom. Then equality. Every human being has equal, irrespective of caste, religion, male and female, and literature, educated, uneducated, every side. And fraternity, everyone is a brother and sister. That is fraternity. Accountability. Then transparency. Transparency means believe, confidence, and trust. Trust means they say both are same. That means confidence. So this is the important word given. Democracy. So the democracy given more important values. What are the important? Freedom, equality, fraternity, accountability, and transparency, and the trust. This is the important given by democracy. Okay. So now what we discussed, evolution democracy means which year it was first evolved. That means 2005 years ago in where? Ancient Greek cities. And during the Veda period also in India followed the democracy. And Chanakya also said about the local government method. Then during the Chola period also they followed the Kudavalai system for the village administration. Then next the evaluation means evaluation of the democracy given more important to the freedom, equality, fraternity, then accountability, transparency, and the trust. I told you, know, this is the evaluation of the democracy. Next, types of democracy. In generally, democracy are two types. One is the direct democracy, another one indirect democracy. Okay, generally how many types mean? Two types, direct and then indirect democracy. The type of the democracy refers to kind of the government and social structure which allow the people participate equally. So there are two types of the democracy. That means direct democracy and indirect democracy refers to kinds of the government. What type of the government they are following. First one. Then they given social structure and allow the people to participate equally. So in direct democracy and indirect democracy, they are followed this kind of the information. Okay, what is the two types of the democracy? Direct democracy and indirect democracy. I said. Next, what do you mean by direct democracy? And what do you mean by indirect democracy? Now one by one we will discuss. First one, direct democracy. When the people themselves directly express their will on the public affairs, the type of the government is called pure or direct democracy. What do you mean by direct? When the people themselves directly express their will on public affairs, the type of the government called pure direct democracy. The direct democracy means people, they are asking the demand or express the values or anything directly to the government. That is called pure government or direct democracy. மக்கள் நேரடியாகவே தன்னுடைய கருத்துக்களை கேட்பாங்க. No, there is no any intermediate. Directly they are approached to the government. That is direct democracy. For example, what are the countries they follow the direct democracy means? Listen, ancient Greek cities. Ancient Greek cities. Switzerland. So in this country, they are following direct democracy. So what is the meaning of the direct democracy I given? An example also I given so far. The next one, what do you mean by indirect democracy? Direct democracy means a representative democracy. When the people express their will on public affairs through the elected representative, this type of the government is called a indirect democracy or representative democracy. But in the direct democracy, the people directly approach the government. But here, in indirect democracy, the people can express any ideas, any will through the representative only they are approached. So such kind of the government we call as the representative democracy or indirect democracy. Do you understand now? What is the difference between the direct and the indirect? Direct democracy, people directly involved. But indirect democracy, the people ask that representative, elected their representative, through the representative only they are getting everything. So that is called as the indirect democracy. Okay, that's all about the direct and the indirect democracy. Next one, forms of the democratic government. Democratic government means two type of the government they are following. One is the parliamentary form of government. Another one the presidential form of the government. That is the forms of government. First one, parliamentary form of government and the presidential form of the government. Parliamentary form of the government, what are the countries where they are following? India, England. They are following the parliamentary form of the government. Presidential form of the government, what are the countries following? USA, France. USA and France. Now, parliamentary form of government, listen now. First, electorate. Electorate, na? You know that. People. Then legislator, MLA. Then executive, Nirvagam. So this is the pattern of the parliamentary of government. Presidential form of the government means electorate, executive, legislature. Both are same. But there, first electorate, then come to the legislator, then executive. But here, first electorate, the electorate divided into further executive and the legislature. That is the presidential form of the government. So, this is the forms of democratic government. In every which country following democratic government means they are following one method, parliamentary form of government. Sometimes they have followed some country. Some other country follow the presidential form of the country. Okay. Next, another important topic, merits and demerits of democracy. Merits and demerits. மக்கள் ஆட்சியில் நம்மளுக்கு என்ன நன்மைகள் and demerit, தீமைகள். First, merits of the democracy. Nearly there are 7 merits given on your book. One by one I explain now. First one, merits of the democracy. First merits, responsible and accountable government. Democracy only the people, the government for responsible for the people and accountable for government. நம்பிக்கை பொறுப்பாக இருப்பாங்க, நிலையாக இருப்பாங்க. Where democracy only. And second one, equality and fraternity. In democracy country, every people are equal and every humans are brother and sister. This is the equality and fraternity of the government. Okay. And third one, sense of responsibility among the common people. In democracy, every people has some responsibility, not only government, even people also has some responsibility. For example, if the government is not smoothing, functioning, immediately the people show the reaction. And also they are showing, and also they show the development of the country. So this is the sense of responsibility among the common people. Then fourth one, local self-government. Local self-government. Each and every country of the democracy, the village level, they are followed a local self-government. Not maintained by the central government and state government. Each and every village is maintained by local self-government. Then fifth one, actually these are merits of the democracy. Then fifth one, development and the prosperity of all. In the democracy only, every section of people want to develop, every section of the society want to prosperity. This is where it possible. In democracy only it is possible. But when other form of the government, in particular group or particular person or individual only can develop, but democracy only, development for all, prosperity for all. So this is one of the another merit of the democracy. Next one, popular sovereignty. That means in democracy only, every kind of the religions treated as a equal, not belonging to any particular religion. எல்லா மதத்தினரும் இங்கே சமமாக இருப்பாங்க. Every religion, it may be Hindu, Christian or Muslim, everyone treated as a equally. But another one, the particular religion only dominate. But in democracy is not suitable for any particular religion. The last one, sense of cooperation and the fraternal feeling. In the democracy country, the people work with the cooperation and together other people. This is possible only in democracy. So this is the merits of the democracy.